Let's start the meeting here.
All of them were bulky.
You too, Ron.
I'm sorry.
Yes, we know.
All right,
Ring the bell.
let's call the meeting here. All righty. First off, you're recording?
Yep.
All right, very good. I'd like to recognize some guests we have in the room today. In fact, we have one right here. McCormick. How you doing?
Doing good?
Good. We haven't met, so why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself? You know, what you like to do, what models you prefer to do.
I built some of them in my life. I built most of them out of cardboard. I built a cardboard model of the legendary ship Titanic. It's like very exciting model of a steamboat named Anna.
Good.
And I built a 3D puzzle that my grandparents gave me of the USS Constitution. And I don't know what else to say.
So how old are you now?
I am 12.
Well, very good.
I am not the youngest anymore.
He's not a member yet. He's not a member yet.
Hey, I'm just not the youngest anymore. That's all I know.
When did you start modeling?
Well, like when I was like 9 years old. First
Same for me.
model To build had to be paper. And it was me. I was first interested with the Titanic board. Then years later, when we moved here, I followed the monitor and decided to build a model of the company. And I waited until my birthday when my mom got me this model. And it took me like 3 days to complete.
Excellent.
How long?
3 days.
Oh, he's a fast builder.
All right, Henry.
Do you have any friends that model with you or are interested?
Dave Baker, one of the two model makers here.
What's your first name?
Galen.
What any tools from Mike?
And now I bought some from Hobbytown. Like, we do like things, auto and some.
Well, it sounds like you've got a good start.
I'm voting against him, he's gonna show us all up.
But it brings down the
From what he's got on the
average
table, I think he will. Pretty nice stuff.
Well, good. Welcome, and I hope you come back and show us some more of your work. as time goes
Absolutely.
on. Very good, right? See no other new members here. First, I'd like to make mention of Don Good's contribution to the show last a couple of weeks ago at Deltaville. It was an excellent inauguration, I think, of the show, which will be, I think, an annual event for us now. Those that weren't there certainly missed an opportunity, and you can certainly make up for it next year. It's got a great potential. Thought it was well organized, and thanks, Don, for getting us plank ownership in the show, and hopefully we'll bigger and grander next year.
So I think that accomplished a couple of goals some of the guys over at the Deltaville Club out of their shell, so to speak. Exposing to other stuff because that club is super heavy on payloads. They saw a couple of the different things. There was some interaction which I wanted.
They even made, was Bob Diaz? Is that his first name? Bob?
What was that?
Bob Diaz? Was that his first name?
Robert Diaz, yeah.
They made him. They even made him sit in a different part.
Yeah.
He had an exquisite Zebek or Chebek, however it's supposed to be pronounced. But I only say that jokingly. It wasn't on the same table with all the bay boats.
Yeah, that and that steam tug that was there,
Mm-hmm.
what impressed me was all the timbers in the boat,
Yeah.
individual bolts holding all that stuff together. The hull was, what, you say, close to 100 years old.
Yeah. Oh, that one. I know which one you're talking about now. Yeah.
So anyhow, but it was a great time. Thank you guys for participating and thanks for helping out in the morning when my felt was all in sick. So it turned out very well. Hopefully we'll improve it next year.
All right, very good. Thank you, Don. Any corrections to the meeting last? Corrections to the notes or? Meeting minutes, okay, very good. Okay, Ryland.
Treasurer's report. Okay, a lot of activity last month. We started the month off with $5,667.03. Collected $28 in auction money. Dues, $143.01. Shirts and hats, we collected $202.52. Total receipts, $373.03. Disbursements, we made a donation of a kit to the IPMS Old Dominion Open, $147.84. Supplies for modeling booth, $117.17. Plaques, $169.60. And disbursements to Lanes In shirts, for shirts and hats, $232.82. Total disbursements, $667.43. That leaves us with a balance at the end of the month of $5,373.13. And I've got 3 members that owe dues and really haven't seen those in years, the ones that owe dues. We'll get through, this is really good. I mean, to be May and only have 3 members that owe dues, I appreciate everybody getting their dues paid. Really helps out. That's where we stand.
Excellent, thanks. All right, Greg, what's new on the website?
Okay. Last month I reintroduced the set of references on the website. If you go to resources, references, there's a simple list of titles and a detailed list of titles. Shows the the cover and the publisher and the date. And I said I was working on the ability for everyone to create their own library of what they have and include notes, but it wasn't active because I couldn't figure out how to ensure that one person didn't accidentally overwrite somebody else's information. I've got that fixed. So it's all, there are some minor tweaks I want to make to how things get displayed, but everything's working and ready for use if you're interested. Now, I'll go through a quick demonstration, but I suspect that there's not a whole lot of people that actually want to go through this exercise. I did it as much for myself as anything else. So if you don't want me to take the time now, in order to keep the meeting shorter, we can have, I'll do a separate online meeting for whoever wants to see how to do
A
this.
lot of business. Hey,
All right, I'll keep it as quick as I can. So change the menu up here. It used to say add new title, and here you could add the authors, and next to the edition you could add the publisher. I moved those to where you actually do it. So you say I want to add a new title, and so I'm going to say the type. I can't. Nautical research journal. There are no credits for that. If there were, if you need to add, all right, so you search for the credit here, say Chappelle, for instance. You start typing and it narrows down the list. Chappelle is the author, or Chappelle is someone who did a forward. There's no credit for the journal. And if you're looking for one and it's not here, you click here on a separate tab. It'll open up something. You can add the person's name, their role for that particular credit, because the same person can be an author, editor, wrote a forward. And I've run into cases where they're all three. And then the select list name is just like last name, first name. When that's done, you close this after you've submitted it. And when you go back here and look again, it'll be there. And you give it category. So nautical research journals, certainly history related. It's also related to ship modeling at times. So I'll click those two. And I can add a cover. And you just select a file. I've got one set aside here on the desktop. Then RG cover. There's no generic thing for the journal, so I picked this one of the not allowed to. Okay, oh, because it's the wrong file type. Right, okay. This is a JPEG, that'll work. This is actually for a specific issue. Wait a minute. Add cover. All right, so now we have the Nautical Research Journal and its category. And, oh, I made a mistake.
You want to share your screen?
Am I not sharing? Of course. All right, this is slowing things down now, isn't it? Share screen. I'm going to do sharing options now for later during show and tell.
Can you get these books digitized and so?
No, that would be. I guess that was a joke question. I gave a serious answer. All right, so am I sharing my screen now?
Your desktop is being shared.
Okay. All right, there we go. So I made a mistake. I'm going to start over. It's okay. I didn't make a mistake. There is a field here that's not shown. There's a field that marks whether or not it's a periodical, and I didn't get it on the form. I thought I had missed that. So this is what happens after you've entered it, and then there's a button here you can add a specific edition. So I'm just going to say nautical research journal. The reference title is automatically filled in for you. I forget what date it was. I'm just going to make something up. I'll go back and correct all this later. There's no ISBN information to fill out, but you could. Format is, it's a paperback book. And it's issue, I forget which one this was. I'll just put in volume 49, number 3. That's not what it really was, but like I said, I'll fix it later. And then here's where you can put in the cover for that specific edition. Add that. And then now that you're on the page for that specific edition, you can add an addition to your library. And again, the edition's already filled in for you. This stuff's optional. There's instructions down at the bottom. I'm going to gloss over this for now. The only mandatory thing is your library, whether it's in your library, it's on your wish list, you've given it away, whatever. Say my library. And you can say where it is in your house. For me, I've got like 7 different shelves, at least for my books. So at least I know which shelf to go through if I've forgotten. Whether you've read it, it's on your short list of things to read, you've completed it, for instance, or like if it's an encyclopedic type book, you're not going to read that cover to cover. So that's reference only. Pick one of those. I haven't read that one yet. Here's where you can add any notes, something that you want to remember later or share with others. Sample notes. And then you add that. And now it's in your library, and all the information you put in is here. And then you can go to you can add a new item. You can edit the current item to add more notes or edit your notes. Or you can just go look at your list of items again. So these are all of the things that are on my shelf that I've entered so far. Now, if we go back to that title, I say before you add a title, you should make sure it doesn't exist, right? So you can search here for journal. And every title with the word journal is going to show up. So there's the one we just added.
That's only gonna search your list, right?
This is the list of everything. If you're on your listing, it'll only search ones you have. On the page I'm currently on is for everything.
Is any of this downloadable?
How do you mean?
Put it on your computer? In other words, if I made a list,
Yeah, you could download a printout, but not something you could download.
it's not functional. But you could download.
Yeah, not functional, but you can download a listing, sure. Or at least I could make that happen. What was I looking for? Oh, yeah, so this is the addition. If I click here, I go to the title, and you can see the note that I added here is at the bottom. So everyone, if 5 people had made a note in this journal, then there would be 5 listings below here. You can see everyone else's notes, so we can share information that way. So that's that. I wanted to do this because, as I said last month, if you weren't here, I've made notes on paper and then lost my paper notes. I've made notes on like in Excel or Word, but sometimes I forget which folder they ended up in or whatever, and that's not shareable. So this is a more public way of doing that. Anyway, I'm done with that. So hopefully someone besides me finds that useful. In addition to all of that stuff,
Greg?
Yep.
There's a bunch of books down in the model shop. Is anybody putting those in?
we could do that. It's a good idea. We could have, we can make so that's all of this is like per member, but we can set up a member that is just, the model shop. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. We used to have a club library, and I thought that if we still had one, we could do the same thing, but dismissed the idea because we no longer have a club library. But as you point out, the shop kind of is the same thing. Yeah. Last week, I also showed that people can now add their own shop notes and add to our list of vendors. Don Good has taken up the call and added one. Harbor Models, they have a lot of RC stuff. So I want to thank Don for joining me. Taking that's it for Webmaster Report.
But no update on the shed?
That would be show and tell.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, there is no update on the shed.
Okay.
Right on this page, it says one door on the 8.
Yeah, I thought I entered that. We can fix that. There's also a note there at the bottom that says, although the address is listed, they don't really encourage local pickup. It's a online and phone sales kind of place. Yeah.
In the past, we've talked about a memorial page for our long lost.
Is
there any more thought on that, or is that, or we're just gonna let that?
Yep.
kind of go to the wayside?
That's there, and I sent out an email you must have missed. So our member, this is what under members is where our roster is and was. But I've moved some of the information, so like the how long you've been a member kind of stuff is no longer here. But if you go to about, there's the muster book. This is public. The roster, you have to be logged in order to see everyone's phone mail or phone number, email, address. This is public, and it just has our names, our membership duration, and a link to all of the models on our website. So if you go to Gene, you can go click on that, and it brings up all of his models. Now, also under about muster book is the across the bar. So it's got Tennyson's poem and a list of all of those people that we have lost.
Excellent.
You left some space at the bottom.
That's dark.
All righty.
You don't want to be voted in that.
All right, thanks. Old business. Any old business you want to talk about? All right, I'll bring up one thing. The fittings bank, which we had kind of inaugurated last month, is up and running at the taco stand. John, I would like to suggest be the kind of the point person on that, since he spends a lot of time there at the taco stand, has his hands on it. So if you have an interest in fittings, want to trade, I would suggest that John would be a good person to be regarding that. And
My rates are reasonable.
yeah,
Rails rather fitting.
we don't really have a hard and fast price list, if you will. We're looking for reasonable contributions, trade-ins, and things like that. Kind of keep the thing going.
I'll make you an offer you can't refuse.
So I understand we've had a couple of customers so far, so hopefully that we'll be able to keep this going. And, make it work for us.
I guess last fall, people.
Yeah, well,
We have anybody here
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. No, I think that matters.
Let's vote
It's
again.
pretty much closed at this point.
We have enough yes votes.
Yeah. All righty. Moving on to any old business from the online crowd. John's? Or, okay. How about new business? Anyone want to talk about anything new? Yeah, go ahead.
So I am moving to St. Mary's, Georgia in September.
Hi.
Well, thank you, Jane. Just got pictures of foundation form, so looks like it's gonna happen.
Your house will be finished before my workshop.
Good day. We're gonna need somebody to take over from you in the model shop on Mondays, starting in September. We'll try and come to 2 meetings a year and online, but won't be able to make the model shop. So if anybody's interested in taking over Mondays in the model shop, starting in September, that'd be great. And we need something to replace my skipjack in September in the case, because coming with me.
Oh, very good.
Another thing is I brought in a bunch of wood parts and ship's boats and some plastic containers. Free for the taking on the front table. If the ship's boats don't get taken, they'll go into the collection of parts. Parts exchange. Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, very good. Any new business up online there? Or John's? Nope. Yeah, we got 2 Johns. All right, very good. All righty. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows, but Butch Watkins' wife was involved. Pretty serious accident.
Oh, no.
Was sick. His wife to the hospital. So. Wish him the best.
Wasn't on Warwick Boulevard, was it?
I don't know where it was.
My next door neighbor lost her mom, and the very next day on her way to arrange for the funeral, she got T-boned. Yeah. That's never a good time for an accident, but really
His
bad
wife
time.
is still in the hospital.
I don't know if she is.
He's got,
New business?
I talked with Bush this morning.
Huh.
He lives around. And they're both at home now.
Okay, good.
Recuperating.
hear you.
They're both at home.
They're both at home.
Okay.
And recuperating. It'll take a little while, but it happened up on Route 17 near the railroad tracks. And other than that, I don't know much. Butch and I've been friends for years, so. I just thought I'd pass that along since the gentleman had said something about Darlene being in hospital. They're both home now.
All right, very good.
That's good.
Alrighty. As you're well aware, a couple months ago or so, we started a campaign to create a new membership status, that of the member emeritus. There was a nomination made, and after review and a voting, we have a new category that we would like to bestow upon our newest and latest member status. I can think of nobody more deserving for this nomination. He's someone who has been very instrumental in the club, been a continuous member for many, many years. And his contributions to the club have brought us, it secured us a steady place to meet.
Yeah.
And in that regard, he can't be overstated how much he deserves this status. It comes with a small perk, one which I hope he doesn't spend all in one place, but it comes with free membership for life. So this, I would like to give to, on behalf of all the members, Heinz Schiller, member emeritus, for appreciation of your contributions to the club.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Shane, would you allow me to say a few words?
No.
You took it back already. That was past the threatening of the words.
First of all, I'm not a public speaker, and what I'm saying comes from my heart. I would like to thank you. I would like to thank all the shipholders, the members, and especially the man who proposed that I would get this award. Thank you very much. Many of you don't know me because I have been a member of this club for almost 50 years. And when we started the club, I was a youngster really, and I was a newcomer. And the original members were, I remember, Tom Drakel, Harris Aiken, Marvin Bryant, Basil Roebuck, and very soon afterwards came a good-looking, young, tall guy. His name was John Chivas.
Good
one.
Did you not have good glasses?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
But there were some other members, and we enjoyed it very much. We didn't have the opportunity at that time to say much because Marvin Brian didn't talk to us because we were newcomers. We knew nothing about chip models, and they were the experts. And they were glad to have new members, but deep in their heart, they were happy to have just 3 together and working together. It was slow that the club developed and new members came. There is another point. You gave me this honor, and you also gave me the right to be a member without paying dues. And some of you will ask, why does that guy who seemingly has some money, I don't know, but has the right to pay no dues? And I decided, I accept that gladly. I don't need the money, but in return, I want to give the club a donation. And I have made a calculation ahead, how many years ahead I should give you a donation that everybody says, he paid for it. And I made a donation which gives me another 21 years of dues, which makes me 111 years old. For doubtful guys who think, 111, what if he lives longer? If I live longer, I promise you, I will give the club for every additional year $10,000. And here is a donation of $500 cash. So I have eliminated this free due.
All right, you're having salad when we go to smoke.
I'm not finished. I've been a member for about 50 years. We know that every year has 52 weeks. Anyway, I calculated that I have attended, if you say 50 weeks, 12 months, we have 12 months and 50 years, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I calculated, if you go everything through, that I have spent 1,620 hours as in meetings, if you consider that the meetings take 2 to 3 hours. That's a long time, because if you have a working day or week, 40 weeks, I spent over 3/4 of a year here in this room, my 50 years. Another question you will ask the new members, what the hell did that guy did for the club? Nothing much. In the very early years, we organized a meeting. It was a ship model meeting which went worldwide. And I was instrumental in all aspects in the background to organize it. And we did it together with the museum and some other guys who didn't appear when we were afterwards again, but recognized and praised them for everything. And it was a ship model competition worldwide. I invited all the ship model clubs, secretary, I had a business, I could do that. And we had members from Switzerland, from England, from Canada, and from Japan. And I saw for the first time a Japanese miniature model builder. He came here and he built wonderful models, and we did that. What else did I do? I stayed in the background, and one day I recognized that the club couldn't grow anymore by meeting in different houses because the houses were not large enough. We could accommodate maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 people. They had to sit on the staircase. There were not enough chairs. And I decided to give a small donation to the museum. And then I asked very politely if we could have a room here to meet. And they all thought it was a great idea. That's why we got room here. Now another thing is, they say, that fellow comes, he doesn't talk to us, this morning seems to be a friendly guy. He has never built a model. This is true lately because I sold my house and moved into an old folkshop. And I recognized, to my surprise, something suddenly. In an old folkshop, there are many old people. And that slows you down. And you don't have the opportunity to build models. But I was able to find some pictures. And I have here an album with all the models I have built. And I have built about 20 models. I want to show you also, I actually have some models left. And since I am living in a small apartment, I gave all my models away. I couldn't sell it, but I built also some miniature models. And this is a miniature model where you should see through the ribs. And I have another model.
I'll pass these around now.
You can. And I also built a model where you shouldn't look at the deck, because I built the deck and the beams like a real model. And for you to see it better, something you can pass. In addition, when I was younger, I gave a party, and one member was a member of the museum, the Museum of Fine Arts. And they saw my models, and they said, Heinz, I think we would like to show you now. And gave them the models I had that time. And I have here a mid-picture of the membership. And there is a very, very young, good-looking man there. He looked like a Hollywood actor. It's the young Craig. I will also pass it.
Was a young who?
Greg, thank you.
Great character.
You remember
Fire.
the picture
No,
from the fine arts?
And I would.
I remember his exhibit at the Fine Arts. I don't remember a picture.
Remember when we got together?
No, I don't.
You look like a movie
Anyway,
star.
I want to close.
I was younger than Sean at
And
that
I want
point.
to thank you very much again.
It's too bad you weren't prepared for this.
Just snuck up on it. So if you weren't, I'm gonna do it over again. If you weren't, if you're looking at Heinz at the screen earlier, he said something about whether he's built any models. These are all of his models that we have on our website. So I encourage you to go check those out at some time. I said that we saw an exquisite Chevik, whatever, at the Deltaville recently. This is my favorite model of Heinz's. I think it's excellent as well. So I want to show a little bit of his work, the tail end of his excellent speech. So he's definitely a model builder, folks. Okay.
All right, well, this will segue into show and tell then. There's no other new business. All right, as Heinz was speaking, this is a couple of the models that he has showcased. And we'll just bring that up here.
You want me to lower it or?
Greg, did you want to stop showing the other? I mean,
Yeah, we can do that.
okay, stop recording.
So, yeah, we generally stop and restart for the sake of segmenting the